We're back for the second side. So we will start in Warrior Two on this side. Finding your warrior, bending and straightening that leg. Sink, not letting your knee go past your ankle. You're pressing down through the outer edge of your back foot. Finding your strong warrior, and look down at that right big toe. Make sure you open up that knee, tracking with your toes, looking out over your fingertips. Strong warrior, strong legs, strong arms. And we'll turn our right palm, sweep the sky, sun warrior, looking up or back towards your back foot. Sinking, keeping the bend in that front knee. And we'll straighten the leg, hinging at that right hip, dropping your hand lower or higher. It's not how low you go, it's how you feel in the stretch on that left side. Some people like to come all the way down, grab their big toe. I like to come about right here. Finding that stretch, reaching through across your ear, holding like a beach ball over your head. You can find 90 degrees. Extending, pressing into that leg to open up your heart towards the sky. Big breath. And we'll come back to Warrior Two. We'll take off for our half moon. So we'll step back a little, dropping the right hand to a block or the floor. Lift your leg. Once you find stability, you can look down at a spot. Reach that left arm high. Keep it on the hip, reminding you to keep that hip open. Grab your ankle. Finding a sugar cane pose. Or lift that right hand. Step back a little. Lifting your right hand. Practicing a balancing act here. Poet pose. It is a pose. So find your balance, find that stretch. And when you're ready, we'll step that foot down, finding your Warrior Two again. Sometimes we're more graceful than others. No judgment. Just finding your shape. And we'll cartwheel down, finding our plank pose. Strong boards. Moving front to back, finding your sawing action. If you're doing this part of the video from the start here, you might want to warm up a little if you're already warmed up from the first half. Holding, can lift a leg at a time if you're warm. Finding your strong board when we start to feel like we need to lift our hips or lower them down, droopy. And just drop our knees, finding our push-ups. As you're ready, find your back bend of choice. Low to high cobra. Stay low or lift it higher. Up dog if you're ready. Lifting the hips and knees. Find your gaze. Then drop the knees. And sit down into a child's pose, opening up your knees wide, toes together, dropping your head. Sinking, you can keep your hands lifted, elbows lifted off the floor, or you can drop them. And reach behind you, grabbing your elbows here, or clasp your fingers, reaching away from the body. Turn your head if that feels good to one side and the other. Finding that stretch. And we'll press into our shins and lift all the way up into a kneeling position. Your knees are about shoulder distance as you find your camel pose. Press those hips forward over the knees. Hands in your back pockets. Opening up your chest, throat, thyroid area, can stay here pressing. It's not leaning back. It's pressing the hips forward. So you're trying to open up your heart, your thoracic spine, chest. Reach back for a heel. You can always tuck the heels and reach back for shorter distance, as well as a good bottom of the foot, plantar fascia stretch. Breathing into your heart, filling up, stretching the belly. Come in and out of this a few times. You can tuck or untuck the toes and come back into it, holding onto your sacrum to reach back with one hand or both. If it's too much crunching in the lower back, don't do it. I don't think I'm going to reach all the way back with both. Well, there we go. Just taking your time. When you're done, coming to your hands and knees. Tap those feet a little, getting fresh blood flowing into the tops of your feet. Tuck your toes, lift the hips, down dog. Paddle, paddle. Pressing one heel down and then the other, pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Those heels don't have to touch, they're just reaching towards the floor, away from your sit bones, wherever you feel the good stretch in your spine. And then in the legs. You can lift one leg for a split. Drop that foot, lift the other leg. Looking out towards your hands, baby. Plant that foot. We're going to do that again. The right leg lifts. If you want to practice something fun, it's called Mad Dog. You can lift that left arm off the floor a little or a lot. You can always reach back towards your hip. First time I did this, I thought the teacher was crazy. So playing, grab that foot, fall out, come back in. Holding, pressing into all 5 fingers, your knuckles, the entire palm of your right hand. That left foot is planted, so if you need to step the feet in a little to make sure your foot's planted. We'll do the other side, right foot down. Left palm is firm and flat. You can lift the left leg, split. Practice lifting your right hand a little at a time. You can reach back towards your hip and hold. Finding a spot on the mat. There's a lot of debris on my mat right now to focus on. Breathing, focusing. Find your balance, your gaze, your drishti. Pulling that leg in. Lift it and drop it. Find your down dog. And glide into our planks. Shooting those feet back a little. Shimmy them back. Find your plank. Find your down dog. We'll lift our heels, bend the knees. And gentle hops. Bigger hops. When you're ready, make your way to the top. Forward fold. Shake out your head, nose. Grab those calves, your heels. Your elbows behind you, maybe. Or clasping your fingers, bent knees like you're sitting in that chair. Straightening, bending. Sigh into your pose. Find your deepest exhale to take you there. Switch which elbows on top or which pointer fingers in front. Bend one knee greatly. And then the other, just pedaling those legs. Your chest comes towards the straighter leg if you're pedaling. Just feel that good stretch in your shoulders, your heart. And we'll bring those arms back by our hips and unhinge. Reversing your swan dive, finding your reach. Find a standing back bend. Cactus arms or straight. Reach the arms back behind us and find like a standing camel. And drop those shoulders a few times. We'll come back to find some standing work here. So find a good base. Every pose has us as a base, an anchor, where we ground down into the floor, whether we're standing on our feet or our hands, working into those wrists. We'll reach for our right knee, twirl that ankle around, warming it up, pointing, flexing. Bring the belly down, reaching for our foot, pressing into our hands, rounding the shoulder blades away from one another as you kick out. Kicking, you can have a bent leg or straight. And hug your calf. Keep looking straight ahead or turn your gaze towards the ground. Forehead towards the knee. Scooping the belly in. If you fall out, just come back into where you felt steady, where you felt a challenge. Squaring the hips here, not hiking one up, but try to square them. Oh. When you're done with that, you can come out. You can kick that leg out and hold it here. Lift it a little higher. No matter where you are, try to lift it a little higher. Breathing, reaching up. And then we'll hug that knee in again. You feel a cramp there, you can open up the hip for like a figure 4. Be in a different form of tree, anywhere but the inner knee. You want to be in your figure 4 or a lotus. Reaching up with the arms, growing tall through your branches, your crown, long through the tailbone. Challenging that standing leg. You can fold in half if you like. Coming here. Catching yourself with your hands as you drop the head or bend that knee. Sit on your heel if you like for toe stands. One hand to your heart. Clap your hands, finding your toe stand. Just breathe. Wherever you are, find your edge, your challenge, and when you're ready, come back into that standing position. Take your time to get there, pressing down to rise above. And we'll lift that leg, kick it away, shake it up, and replace. And ready for the other side. Find your, spreading your toes, find your standing balancing foot. And lift that leg. Lifting your knee, pointing, flexing, twirl your ankle around. Draw the belly down, reaching for your foot. Kick it out, find a gaze, a spot. Kicking, squeezing your inner thighs, kicking into those hands, bent knee or straight. Spreading your shoulder blades, you can hug your calf. Gazing down at your mat as you kick and pull, kick and pull. When we move our eyes, it challenges our balance. So just notice if you want to challenge, fall out if you like a few times. Coming out, kick that leg out, pointing, flexing. Lift it a little higher. You can hold on to the leg. Heavy leg in those arms. Get good trapezius stretch. Reach up with the arms. Using those hip flexors to hold you here. And when you're ready, if you get a cramp, just cross it over. Figure 4, tree pose. Lotus tree, perhaps. Listening to your knee. Tree is primarily a hip opener. So finding your tree. If you want to fold in half, go for that. Shaking out the head. Yes and no. Sitting on those toes if you like. I'm not going to do it on this side because I have a hurt foot. This is a great pose to stay in. You can always come into an arm balance here. Maybe not. My leg's not in the right place, I don't think. So when you're ready, come back up. Take your time. Growing, stretching. Lift that leg, pull it in, and replace. Pedal it out. Big breath. And we'll come to the floor. Find a cobbler pose. Rocking back and forth. Cup your toes with your palms. Settling in. Leaning forward a little. And we'll extend one leg, coming into half of a straddle. Leaning forward, find those sit bones behind you. You can reach for our ankle. Reaching across that ear. Reaching high and over. Just find that stretch. Open up. You can kind of drop your shoulders. Opening up over that leg. Pulling on your toes. Pressing away with your left knee. Finding your yummy stretch wherever it is today. You can grab that thumb or keep the arm high. Just keep opening your chest. We're going to come into a baby wild thing. So reach high, dropping that hand, pressing into the floor and lift the hips up. Reaching over your ear, the sky, looking down. When you're ready, slowly lower back down. Draw that right knee in, foot, extend your left. Leaning forward a little, find your sit bones. Reaching towards your ankle, your shin, your big toe. Bringing that right arm to your shoulder, your ear as you slide it out. Feel that stretch, extended angle, or reach high and over. Reaching high, find your extension through those right ribs. Feel your stretch, pressing that right knee away. You can drop your heart, kind of close that angle a little. Dropping your chest over that leg, forehead to knee, or extend out towards your toes. And we'll come back up. Reaching that right arm up and behind you. Plant your hand. Flatten that right foot as you lift the hips. Baby wild thing, reaching where you feel a good stretch. You can look down towards your hand or towards the sky. And when you're ready, sit back down. And we can open up both legs. Reaching those arms out behind you, palms on the ground, just sitting up tall. You can lean forward a little or a lot. You have blocks under your hands. You can lean on your wrists. Wherever you're going, you're leading with your heart. You're not rounding your head down, but feeling it in your hips, your lower back, as you lean with your heart, finding your good stretch, keeping your feet flexed. You can't see my feet really, but they're flexed. Kneecaps lifted, engaging your quads. Just find a yummy stretch. You can lean side to side again. Staying as long as you like on either side or in the middle. Try to lean with your chest. It's a good thing to do while you're watching TV, even on your computer here. You can find a stretch at any time, getting that blood flow moving in the body. It's a good thing to do. When you're ready, reach for those knees, inner knees, pull those legs back to your cobbler. And then back up to center. We'll bring the left foot under, crossing that right foot over, finding a twist. Hug the knee in with your right elbow, reaching the right arm up and behind you, using that left elbow to press your heart through, looking on the horizon. Look over towards your right shoulder, maybe keep pressing with your elbow, and with that back hand, you're turning from the navel through the crown, rotating like a corkscrew through your spine, giving your belly a good massage here. Final breath out. And then look towards your left knee. Unwind slowly. You can drop your forehead. And then lean back. Switch legs. Left foot over. Pulling on that knee in. Hug your knee. Bringing the belly and ribs towards the left. Lifting your left arm. Big long stretch. And reach it behind you. Stay here and pull on that knee. Or involve that right tricep, right elbow to press. Look towards your left knee or back towards your left shoulder. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. This is great wherever you feel a better twist. You always want to twist a long spine, not a collapsed one. Stay upright as you twist. Squeezing, massaging your internal organs. Filling up, exhale, drawing in. Looking towards that left shoulder, letting your eye gaze follow your twist from the bottom up. And when you're ready, look towards the right hand. Unwind slowly, you can drop the forehead. And then look back up. Come back to center. And we'll come onto our mats. We're going to bring our hands back under our shoulders for a reverse tabletop, spreading your fingers wide. We'll lift our hips high as you can, trying to bring them in line with your shoulders and knees. You can look up or drop the head back. And we've done this before. If you've been following, we'll find that drop leaf table. So bring your hips back between those hands. Those hands need to be wide enough. Drop leaf table. Come back to your table. Exhale to your drop leaf, trying to keep those hips off the floor. You're leaning forward, crunching the belly in. Inhale to your table. Feel that stretch and exhale back to your drop leaf. Back up. Do two more. Back to your drop leaf. You can practice lifting a leg. You can bring those hips back even further and lift both legs. Back to one more table. Woo! And then back to your drop leaf. Find that rocking scale-like pose. When you're ready, drop down. Reach high in Dandasana. And fold over your legs, reaching out. Come back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back up. Exhale and fold. Grab those feet, dropping your head or keep it lifted. Walking your sit bones back, right, left, right, left. And we'll bring our hands back up. We're going to bring our right, we can bring it out to a 90-degree angle here. We can bring it back behind us, knees together as you bring that leg back. Leaning up and over our leg, reaching for your toes. It is optional. If you want to have, if this is not good for the knees, just listening to your body over my words. It's a good quad stretch here if you want it. And we'll switch legs. Slowly bring that foot out. Give it a bounce. Bending the left knee 90 or bring it back behind you, the foot on the outside of your hip. Kind of roll that calf out of the way. Sit on your sit bones. Knees coming together, reaching high, and open up over that leg. Inhale to lift, exhale to fold. Inhale to lift, exhale, folding, hinging. Feel it in your hip crease. And look out, walk those hands back up. We'll extend both legs, scooting forward onto our mats, using your hands reaching out. Tuck your chin and slowly roll down, vertebra by vertebra. Maybe feel your spine, get a good cracking on the way down. Open up your knees in a cobbler. Good inner thigh stretch. Open up your arms like a cactus, or reach over your head for your wrists. And we'll reach those arms up, bringing our knees back to center. And I'll lift our legs and reach for one ankle and then the other. Finding some ab work here. Just lifting the shoulder blades off the floor as high as you can. Inhale. Going to touch those toes, touch that shin, whatever you can reach for. If you're trying to touch it, reaching, maybe like you're trying to climb a rope, if you like that visualization. Reaching high, working, crossing the body, working those obliques. All the ab muscles, lower belly. Woo. Few more, as many as you can. Not crunching in the neck, keeping your chin away from your chest, about a fist distance. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down if you're ready. And keep those legs lifted, lowering them, pulling one knee in at a time. Lift the head in again as you pull it in. More ab work here, reaching out, pointing your toes, lifting your shoulder blades off the floor. Feeling this from the lower belly all the way up to below your chest. 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, lower back down. You can drop those feet and lift your hips for bridge, stretching out the belly, opening up your heart, clasping your fingers, not letting your knees sway out, keeping them pulled in. Big breath here, just opening, stretching out those abdominals that we just crunched. You can lift a heel at a time. Find a bridge again, lowering and lifting. Or if you want wheel pose, pressing into the floor, beside your shoulders, your ears. Palms are flat, elbows are high as you lift those hips for bridge. And when you're ready, press into the floor to peel your head up off the ground. It is optional. Shake out the head, bridge or wheel. Just finding your chest coming towards the front of your mat behind you. Staying as long as you like here. When you're ready, slowly drop the back of your head and lower down with care. Hips last, feet together, knees open for your reclining cobbler. I think that means my 30 minutes is almost up. So if you want to add an inversion here, you can stay here, legs up the wall, or you can lift your hips. Not turning your head here, looking straight up as you find your hands at your waist, lifting a leg at a time. You can find a shoulder stand. Flip it over, finding whatever inversion you like. If you want to work on a handstand, a shoulder stand, just letting your legs be over your heart. Maybe hips over the heart. It's a good thing to do once a day. You find a three-legged bridge can be fun. Listening to your wrists, your lower back. Take your time. This is the final working pose for this video. You can drop your hands and lower your spine when you're ready. Finding those legs back up the wall. You can end with a twist, bending your knees, dropping them to the right, looking to the left. Lifting those knees and drop them to the left, looking to the right. Finding your opening of your heart as you seal your practice with a cleansing, rinsing twist. Thank you so much for being here again. Come out when you're ready, reaching over your head as you drop your legs, one at a time or both together, keeping the abs pulled in as you lower. Finding your Shavasana, palms open, legs are apart. Whether you're inside or out, just giving yourself a big smile. For all the work you just found in your body, finding movement once a day, twice a day, whenever you can. Since we can't go places like we used to, we still find movement in our bodies. Lymph flow moving, blood flow from our brains to our toes, fingertips. Be thankful for 3 things, at least, you can think of right now. And I am grateful for each and every one of you. Namaste.